Good morning, friends. So we continue our chapter on trigonometry. So first of all, again a quick revision. Okay, a right angle triangle, let us say called PQR. Q is the right angle here. The side opposite to the right angle is called the hypotenuse. Okay, and now we can take any angle that we want. So I'll write the first one for you. The sine of an angle, let us say R. Okay, the sine of an angle is the ratio of the opposite side to the hypotenuse. Okay, so this is what we have to revise. I hope you have learned. So quickly fill out the rest. Cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec. This is what we have to keep on revising every day till we are firm with the ratios. Okay, and if for your simplification you want to write down further, you can write down, because you have taken R, what is the opposite side? PQ. And what is the hypotenuse side? PR. So because I have chosen angle R as my reference angle, then the opposite side is hypotenuse, is opposite to PQ, hypotenuse is PR. Okay? If you choose P, then this will change. Hypotenuse remains the same, but the opposite side will change. So quickly fill it up. I give you a half a minute, and then I will put the answers on the board and we will compare the answers quickly. Okay, so I hope you got it all right, all 6 of them correct. So your fluency on this chapter will depend mainly on how well you have learned the ratios. So cos R is RQ upon PR, tan R is PQ upon RQ, cot R is RQ upon PQ, sec R is PR upon RQ, and cosec is PR upon PQ. So these are the ratios, and I keep telling you to make your trigonometry very good, very strong. This ratio should be at the tip of your tongue, right? Now once you understood this ratio, let us move on to a few textbook sums and a few sums of our own. Okay? Okay, so we have an example in the book. The example says ACB is a right angle triangle. You can see right angle at C, and angle ABC is equal to theta. So this is theta. Okay. They have given us the hypotenuse is 29, and because they have given theta, this is which side? So I will write down. The side opposite to the right angle is called the hypotenuse always, and because you have taken this angle, so this is the opposite side and this is the adjacent side. Okay, so the hypotenuse and the adjacent side is given to us. We have to find the opposite side, and in the textbook the first two are asked to find. I have added the rest because it makes none of a difference. Once you know the ratios, then you can find whichever value you want, right? So we are going to do everything, but before we do that, what we need to find? The opposite side. So what will we make use of? First, the Pythagoras theorem. We have to find AC. So AC square is AB square minus BC square. Okay, because AC square plus BC square equal to AB square, so AB square. Sorry, we have to find AC square, not AB. No, we have to find AC only, yes. So AC square is AB square hypotenuse minus BC square. So what have we got here? 29 square minus 21 square. What is 29 square? Yes, 29 square is 841 and 21 square is 441. So we get 400. So if AC square equal to 400, what is the square root of 420? So AC equal to 20 units. Clear? So we got 29 units. So we found the third side. So first we have used the Pythagoras theorem to find the third side. And since we are done with this, now we can move on to our sum and find each one. The first one, sin square theta plus cos square theta. So what is sin square theta? Sin is the ratio of opposite upon hypotenuse. So sin square is what? First write down sin theta. What does sin square theta mean? Sin square theta, so read it properly, and there is a difference here. I will just bring it to your notice and we will understand that later. Sin square theta means sin theta into sin theta, and sin theta square means sin theta square only. Now what does this difference mean? The difference means, let us say theta is 30 degree. Understand? Let us say theta is 30 degree. Notice 30 square. 30 square is 900. So you have to find the sine of 900 degree. But just now remember, sin square theta means finding the ratio first of sin theta and then taking the square. So sin square theta actually means sin theta into sin theta. So what is sin theta? Opposite upon hypotenuse. What is sin theta? Opposite upon hypotenuse. So it is opposite to the hypotenuse, the whole square. So the opposite side is 20 and the hypotenuse is 29. So we have got 20 into 29 the whole square plus cos square theta. So 21 upon 29 the whole square. What is cos theta? It is adjacent on hypotenuse. So you get 400 upon 841 plus 441 upon 841 equal to 841 upon 841 equal to 1. So the first answer we have is 1. Okay. Now the second answer in the book they have given cos square theta minus sin square theta. I have written sin square theta minus cos square theta. Shouldn't make much of a difference. So this time sin square again is 20 upon 29 the whole square minus 21 upon 29 the whole square equal to 400 upon 841 minus 441 upon 841, and we will get minus 41 upon 841. Okay, so if you had got cos square theta minus sin square theta, the answer is 41 upon 841 because it is 441 minus 400. Here I have taken the reverse because once you get the three sides, you can go by any ratios that you want. Yes, the question lies in first finding the three sides and then whatever the question is asking that you do. So do not worry about signs, do not worry about values. You have to follow the rules in mathematics. The rules have to be followed. So first rule, when two sides are given, we find out the third side. Here the third side we got an integer. It could be an irrational number also, not to worry. Just follow the procedure. So we found out the third side, the ratio and so on. Now question number C, the third one. Let us see. Let us see. Sec theta. What is sec theta? Hypotenuse upon adjacent. So 29 upon 21 minus tan theta. What is tan theta? Opposite upon adjacent. So 20 upon 21. So what do you get? 29 minus 20 is 9 upon 21. 3 3s are 3 7s. So 3 by 7 is your answer. Clear? So you can take whatever you want, it doesn't make much of a difference. So the book has given only 2 to do, but I am going further. Okay, so this is how to do your mathematics. You do not have to go exactly by the textbook, but same question, different ratio. Now we have to find sec square theta minus tan square theta. Yes? Sec square theta. What is sec theta? Hypotenuse upon adjacent. So hypotenuse 29 upon adjacent 21. the whole square, minus tan square theta, opposite upon adjacent, the whole square, it is square. So 20 upon 21, the whole square. What is the square? 841 upon 441 minus 400 upon 441, the square. What is 841 minus 400? 441 upon 441, and again we get the answer 1. Now we move to the fifth one. Sin theta into cosec theta. What is sin theta? Opposite upon hypotenuse. So 20 upon 29 into cosec theta. Cosec is hypotenuse upon opposite. So 29 upon 20. What answer you got? 1. Simple. And the sixth one, sec theta into cos theta. What is sec theta? Hypotenuse upon adjacent. So 29 upon 21. What is cos theta? Adjacent upon hypotenuse. So 21 upon 29. Again we get the answer 1. So do not think you will get the answer 1 to everything, because we have got this, we got the answer. Okay, let us try one more thing. Since you have done this 6, let us try one more. Let us see what do we get. Means what I am trying to tell you, follow me closely. Once you know the triangle and the 3 sides, in a right angle triangle, when you know the 3 sides, you know all the ratio. So whichever ratio is given, you can always find it. Okay, let us do cos theta into sin theta plus sin theta into cos theta. So this is nothing but what? I have just written it right opposite, but it is cos theta into sin theta into cos theta. We can write 2 sin theta into cos theta. Can I? It is the same thing. Cos theta, sin theta, cos theta, same thing. So how do you find this 2? What is sin theta? Opposite upon hypotenuse. So 20 upon 29 into cos theta is 21 upon 29. So what is the answer you get? 41 into 20 is 420. 420 into 2 is 840. And 20 into 20 is 841. So this is your answer. So once you are thorough with the sides, you get the 3 sides. No matter which identity, which prove that, which verify you get, just put the values down and approach the answer, get the answer. Okay? So I don't think it is much of a trouble here. But first things first, revise all the ratios. Keep revising till you are thorough with the ratios. The ratios are at the tip of your tongue. Okay? So keep repeating it. I say if you need to be, pause the video and first learn all the ratios. The ratio should be at the tip of your tongue. Okay. So in this question we have PQ equal to 8 centimeter and OQ, the hypotenuse, minus OP, the smaller side, is 2 centimeter. We have to find the trigonometric ratios. What are the trigonometric ratios? All the 6 we have to find. Now this is depends upon what the information given to us. So what is the information given to us? That this is 8 and the hypotenuse by the smaller side is 2. So from this information we have to find the remaining sides. So what will we go to first? Obviously the Pythagoras theorem. So what is the Pythagoras theorem? OQ square equal to OP square plus PQ square. Right? The Pythagoras theorem. OP square plus PQ square is OQ square. Now, value of OQ is not given. But what I can do, I can say OQ is equal to minus OP goes on this side, OP plus 2. Fine enough? OQ minus OP is 2, so OQ equal to OP goes on this side, so OP plus 2. So instead of OQ, what I will write? OP plus 2 the whole square equal to OP square plus PQ square. Now let me expand. What is A plus B the whole square? OP square plus 2OP plus 2 square is 4. Sorry, I should write a 4 here. Why 4? OP plus 2. So OP square, then 2OP, 2AB. So 2 into 2 into OP is 4OP plus 4 equal to OP square, and PQ is given 8. So what is 8 square? 64. So this OP square and OP square gets cut. So 4OP equal to 64 minus 4, that is 60. So 4OP equal to 60. So OP equal to 60 upon 4, that is 15. So we got OP equal to 15 centimeter. What is OQ? OQ is OP, that is 15 plus 2. So OQ is 17 centimeter. So using the Pythagoras theorem and the identities, we have found the three sides, making our work very easy. Okay? Okay, they are not mentioned. The question is forgot to mention. Find the trigonometric ratios with angle Q. We'll go with angle Q. So now let us find sin Q, cos Q, tan Q, cot Q, sec Q, and cosec Q. So we have taken the Q as an angle. So let us begin. Sin Q, opposite upon hypotenuse. So what is the side opposite to Q? 15. And the hypotenuse is 17. Cos Q, adjacent upon hypotenuse. Adjacent to Q, 8 upon 17. Tan Q, opposite upon adjacent. So 15 upon 8. Cot Q, adjacent upon opposite. So 8 upon 15. Sec Q will be 17 upon 8. Hypotenuse upon adjacent. And cosec is hypotenuse upon opposite. So 17 upon 15. Okay, sorry I mentioned to trigonometric ratios with respect to angle Q. Okay. Now since you have done Q, let us find with respect to O also. Let us do that also. So we can finish all the ratios. Sin O, cos O, tan O, cot O, sec O, and cosec O. So I am finding for both. The sum may not ask you both, but I am finding for both. This time I am going to take the angle O. So sin is again opposite upon hypotenuse. Opposite here is 8. So this becomes 8 upon 17. Cos O, so this is the opposite, and for O this is the adjacent. So adjacent upon hypotenuse is 15 upon 17. Tan O, opposite upon adjacent. So O, opposite is 8, adjacent 15. So 8 upon 15. So cot will be then 15 upon 8. Sec will be 17 upon 15. And cosec will be 17 upon 8. So we have found both of them. Which both? For Q also and O also. Okay? So here we were given what data? One side was given and the difference of two sides were given. One side was given and the difference of two sides were given. So based on the difference, we have done the sum, found the three sides and the ratios. Let us see one more example. Okay? So now we have the sum. Cot theta equal to 7 upon 8. We have to find this value. It is one thing. And the second we have to find cos square theta. So cot theta equal to 7 upon 8. So what I have to first do? Draw a right angle triangle and call one acute angle theta. So let me call the triangle, say DEF. I can give any name I want. So let us say DEF. And one angle is given theta. Now cot theta is given 7 upon 8. What is cot theta? Ratio of adjacent side to the opposite side. So let me say adjacent side is 7x. So the opposite side will be 8x. Understand this first. Again, cot theta is given 7 upon 8. Now cot theta is the adjacent side upon the opposite side. Since I have taken theta here, so this is the opposite side, this is the adjacent. So adjacent upon opposite. So I took the adjacent to be 7x and 8x. Why? Because 7x upon 8x, x gets cut, we get 7 upon 8. So no matter whatever the value of x, the ratio is remained 7 upon 8. So what is the first step we do here? We have to find df square. So not df square, df hypotenuse, that is d square plus ef square. Okay, so we have got 8x the whole square plus 7x the whole square, 64x square plus 49x square. How much is this? 113x square. So df is equal to, what is df equal to? Under root 113x. So df is equal to under root 113x. Okay? Now I will find this 1 minus sine theta and 1 plus sine theta and 1 minus cos theta. So let us begin. 1 minus sine theta. Sine theta. What is sine theta? Opposite upon hypotenuse. So we write 8x upon root 113x, but I will only write 8 upon root 113. Why? Why I am doing that? Because the x and x will get cut. And I get 1 plus 8 upon root 113. Below I get 1 minus 7 upon root 113 into 1 plus cos theta, 1 plus cos theta, adjacent of hypotenuse, 7 upon root 113. Okay? Now you can see this a minus b into a plus b, because this is 1, this is 8, but these values are the same. So a minus b into a plus b, what is the identity? Do you remember the identity? X minus y into x plus y is what? Is x square minus y square. You know this identity, right? So let us use this here. So we get 1 square minus 8 upon root 113 the whole square. And below also a minus b into a plus b is 1 square minus 7 upon root 113 the whole square. So what is 1 square? 1 square is 1 minus. What is 8 square? 64. What is 113 square? Is 130. Same way 1 square is 1, 7 square is 49, and this will be 113. Now the LCM. 113 into 1 is 113. 113 minus 64 will give me 49 upon 113. The whole upon 113 into 1 is 113 minus 1. 64 upon 113. 113 gets cut. So I get 49 upon 64. Are you able to see the board clearly up to the end? Yes, it is clear, right? So we got a value. We got this value 49 upon 64. By solving we got. Now we find cot square theta. So what is cot square theta? What is cot theta? Cot theta is adjacent upon opposite. So we have adjacent. Yes, which is the adjacent side? 7. And what is the opposite? 8. The adjacent opposite. So cot theta is this. So what is cot square theta? Nothing but 7 by 8 the whole square, that is 49 upon 64. So you can see this value and this value is the same. Did you notice? The value of cot square, cot is 7 by 8, so cot square is what? Cot into cot. I told you now. So again, remember, cot square theta is cot theta into cot theta. So cot theta is 7 upon 8 into 7 upon 8. 7 7s are 49, 8 8s are 64. So both the values have come the same. There is not much difference between the two. Both the values are the same. So is it getting clear to you? Find the three sides, put the ratio, get the answer. So quick revision of what we have done today. First things first, the 6 trigonometric ratios. Ratio of which side? So sine of any angle is the ratio of the opposite side to the hypotenuse. So this you will learn. Okay. Then some data will be given to you. One side will be given, the difference of two sides is given, or the sum of two sides is given, whatever is given according to the condition, you will find the relation of the three sides. Okay? When you know the three sides, you will obviously know the ratio, and depending upon which identity is given to you, you will solve the sum accordingly. Yes, so I have done a few sums for you, but you got the summary, you got the basic idea of trigonometric ratios. Okay? So they can give you identities like cos theta plus sin theta, cos theta into sin theta, cos square theta minus sin square theta, whatever. Once you know the ratios, you just have to put down the values, do the calculation and get the answer. So I am going to end here. The next part is the exercise of the first part. What we have done so far, you will be able to solve the exercise based on what we have done so far. In case of any doubts, like I tell you, you can revert back to me. Okay? So I am going to end here. Tomorrow we are going to go further with trigonometric values and their identities. Okay? Thank you.